Alright, Pirate Island, time to get the Van Buren's off of here, and, yeah, really. Let's start over here. Oh, I didn't see you before, I think.
Few books are consulted for words of wisdom as often as this one, but I think they rarely help.
Well, at least that book rarely helps.
The Spirit Compass. It can show the Archmage the way out of the spirit world. I only have to get rid of the Van Burens, then I get the compass. Sounds simple. Those aren't really friends of the Red Pirate. If they were, it'd have drawn his attention to the fact that he's completely lost his mind. The poor bird looks quite stressed out. I would be too if I was the one-man entertainer for a lunatic with a Medusa head. I knew William. He doesn't talk as much now he's a statue, and he doesn't suffer from BO anymore. The bird doesn't sound anything like William, but if Old Red can accept that William is now a statue, he's hardly going to care about his new voice. I knew William. I wonder. You should give Nate the compass. Ah!
Huh? Nate, was that you?
No.
Liar! Liar! No liar! Ah!
I can see it's you, Nate. Imitating other people. You inflated barn cake.
Scandal! Scandal! Ah!
Perhaps Old Red's friends can persuade him to give me the compass. I'd better not. Old Red would notice if I moved the statue.
Okay.
The ape has got nothing to match the Van Buren's magic, but he could easily take me out if I try to steal the compass. The Medusa head is the only thing keeping Van Buren out. No one in their right mind picks a fight with old magic like that. Neither does Van Buren. Old Red isn't a fighter. Otherwise, he'd storm out with the head and transform the Van Burens before they get him. I guess he thinks the safest way for him is just to wait. The ape has got nothing to match, but
Right. Okie dokie. Oh, we can talk to Chantal now.
Hello there.
What do you want? Go away!
Quite, pretty what you've done with the city.
I got it all out of my book, and Mommy says I've got a real artificial talent.
Artistic. Although, artificial works too. Wouldn't it be fun to move on and transform something else? Or to travel back to Seastone and have an afternoon nap?
Mommy's looking for the elf who stole things from us.
Yes, but aren't you the one in charge here? Just tell her you want to go somewhere else.
But I've got everything ready for my tea party, and the guests will arrive any minute.
But... a tea party, huh?
Exactly like in my book. I'm celebrating my birthday. I've got a table, tea, and lovely things to eat, and any minute now the guests will arrive. The Mad Hatter and the White Rabbit. And then I'll get presents.
Oh.
I'd love to be a guest at your tea party.
Ew, you can't come. You aren't a Mad Hatter, and you're not a White Rabbit either. And you're a boy, and ugly.
Now listen here.
I can make you pretty.
Thank you, but that's not necessary. And this Hatter and Rabbit? Will you make them appear by magic?
No, I can only change things. They will come here. I've done everything exactly the same as in my book, so they've gotta come. I always get very angry if I don't get exactly what I want.
Okay.
And they all have to bring me presents, and when the Hatter and the White Rabbit are there, then Mommy has to come over as well. Right, Mommy?
What, sweetie?
When the other guests have arrived, then you'll come over too and give me an unbirthday present, right?
Of course, my sweet. As soon as a Mad Hatter and a White Rabbit appear, then I'll give you the most super-duper present ever.
Ha! Did you hear that? The biggest, bestest present ever!
Oh, really?
Who is this Mad Hatter you're expecting?
He's a Hatter, and he's mad.
Uh-huh. And what is it that makes him a Hatter? And what makes him so mad?
He wears a top hat and a colorful neckerchief, and I'm not sure why he's mad, but he is.
I see. A white rabbit at a tea party? Curious.
You think?
Yeah, and perhaps you should give him a watch if he doesn't turn up soon.
No, my guests have to give me a present.
I've got to go.
Yes, otherwise you'll scare my guests away.
We might have to transform into the Mad Hatter and the White Rabbit.
Are you still hungry?
What do you think? Hey, Mary.
Most of the communication.
Or not.
Wasn't there a... Ah, there. The rabbit costume. I should be able to find something useful for dressing up here. White powder, for example. Anything else? A perfume atomizer. Empty, unfortunately. Nah, nothing of use.
Cool. We need to go back to the Alpha Burrow and get that top hat, though. Oh. Aww. Aw, Nate.
Cast off. It's embarrassing enough that Critter has to run around Tugator in the costume, but here, better not. That would be quite funny, but this is not...
Meh. Alright. Give me the top hat, please, yeah.
A green top hat. It should be useful. Green top hats always are.
Yep. Can he wear it now? Yes! Oh my gosh. Nate. Why do you look like you're like 80 years old? What's wrong with your face? I don't understand. Why do you look so old, man? It's probably his beard. That's probably just my personal preference. Why do we do this?
I wonder whether... Here. That's what I was looking for. The book describes what the symbols mean. The first one is... a kind of angular stone?
Eye of the critter? What? Metal. Haha. This is King Games logo. God of Games. The @ sign, the word. Ba, oasis, God from above. Gem.
Gemstones. Jewels. That's a promising start. The second symbol. Desert. Yeah, makes sense. The city is somewhere in the Umzu Desert. Next. Feet. What have feet got to do with it? Can you only reach the city by foot? The next symbol... 3. 3 feet. That's unusual. Perhaps the last symbol will make it clear.
I am the critter! I am the critter! I am the critter!
Mountains. Jewels, desert, mountains. The jewel of the desert at the foot of the 3 mountains. That's it. Lorem Ipsum. The city with roofs of gold is the jewel of the desert, and it lies at the foot of 3 mountains. And these 3 mountains must be west of Bremen. That should be easy to find.
Yep. Definitely is. But I want to go to the tea party! Tea party, tea party, tea party, tea party, tea party.
Cast off.
Tea party, tea party, tea party.
We haven't got a present for that brat yet, and I don't want to see Critter in drag for any longer than necessary.
Man, we don't have a present. Okay.
3 mountains west of Bremen. I bet Critter's next meal that the jewel of the desert is at the foot of these mountains. I'll mark the place on the big map.
Okay, Lorem Ipsum
There
it
hasn't
is.
been an airship visiting Lorem Ipsum for centuries, perhaps millennia, if ever. Time to pay a call to the old city. That must be it. Lorem Ipsum.
The
And it
mummy!
looks like someone has already dug it up for us.
The mummy! The mummy! It's the mummy from the first game! The mummy! I love that mummy.
A massive thing. I wonder if the mummy pulled it out here on his own. The little
hope
guy
it's the
doesn't
same
look
mummy.
that strong. The sarcophagus is gold-plated. In normal circumstances, I would pocket some of the gold. But it's a bit different if the inhabitant of the sarcophagus is full of beans and still needs it. Mummy with a small spade. I wonder.
Mortimer.
It is him!
No, I'm Nate. That's Critter.
It's the mummy!
But I seek Mortimer.
Here? Under the sand?
Why aren't you Mortimer?
I, don't know. Who are you?
I am... Isn't the question more, who are you?
I'm Nate, like I already said.
So you are neither Mortimer, nor that elf who was pretending to be Mortimer.
Exactly.
Yes, I can confirm that.
So many people. I can't possibly remember all these names. I will call you... Nate.
I can live with that. Who is this Mortimer you're looking for?
Mortimer fetched me out of the darkness many years ago. I lived with him until he disappeared.
No!
And now you're looking for him here?
Looking for whom?
That Mortimer.
You've seen him. I've been looking for him everywhere.
Mortimer is in the intro of the first game, and he disappeared? I thought he was going back home. I don't remember. Oh, man.
Don't tell me you dug this huge hole.
All right.
I mean, why did you dig it?
I'm not meant to say.
You can tell me. What's the hole all about?
Yes, about that. Why did you dig it?
I didn't. You did.
Of course. I wanted to go home.
So you're from Lorem Ipsum.
Yes. It must be here somewhere.
Have you had a look around?
Ah! Lorem Ipsum! What a coincidence! I was born here, you know.
Oh, really?
What can you tell me about Lorem Ipsum? What was life here like?
Oh, wonderful. We've always had good weather. We built the most beautiful temples, with the most fiendish traps. Sold them all around the world and made a lot of money from that.
You sold temples with built-in traps?
Of course. Walls that suddenly come together and squash any intruder. Invented here in Lorem Ipsum. We had breeding programs for scorpions and tarantulas. And we issued a 3,000-year guarantee for our traps.
That means your traps could still work today?
Traps? What traps?
I'm looking for a book.
I've seen one lying on Mortimer's desk.
I'm looking for a particular book. The Book of the Dead.
Oh, but that's just a legend. That book apparently explains how one can bestow everlasting life on people by wrapping them up in gauze bandages.
Assuming it wasn't a legend, where would the Book of the Dead be hidden?
Ah, the Book of the Dead. Some say it is mere legend, but I have seen it many times.
Yes, apparently.
It was put into the tomb of the last pharaoh of Lorem Ipsum, the mad Tut-Tut.
And this Tut-Tut, where is he buried?
He is lying under a mighty pyramid, just like that one over there. Actually, now that I think about it, it's exactly like the one over there.
He probably is the one over
What
there.
do you think? Why would someone put a pyramid here that looks exactly the same as Tut-Tut's?
How do you get into Tut-Tut's pyramid?
Who is Tut-Tut? And what's this pyramid you're talking about?
Ah, forget it.
What should I forget?
Don't mummies have their brains removed during embalmment?
That's funny. I could swear that I've heard that question somewhere before.
Ivo, maybe?
I bet. I've got to go. And you? You might want to get out of this sun for a couple of hours.
I've not got time for breaks. I'm looking for a pyramid. It must be here somewhere.
You, do that.
An obelisk. It must have been lying in the sand for millennia, like everything else. An obelisk. It must have... A semicircular depression. There are lines and numbers carved into the stone on the inside. Perhaps... some kind of calculation? Or something religious? No idea what that is.
Okay. Oh, he took his hat off.
I can't imagine the whole pyramid was covered in sand. In that case, all this must have been more than 100 meters under the floor of the desert. I know lots of people find pyramids impressive, but what's the big deal? You pile up blocks into a heap. I could already do that when I was a kid. Maybe not as big, but the principle's the same.
Ooh, here's the Sphinx without the nose.
The mummy said that the Book of the Dead was buried with the last pharaoh of Lorem Ipsum. His burial chamber is in the middle of the pyramid. You must be able to open it somehow. The mummy said it. I found a very similar stone head in the Northlands and took it with me. But there's no way it could be from the same stonemasons. We're thousands of miles from the Northlands.
You do realize that he told you that Lorem Ipsum sold temples, right? Like, I'm pretty sure they could have exported
The
that.
sand has protected the statues over the millennia. If they'd been exposed to the wind, there'd be nothing left of them but sand. According to legend, Lorem Ipsum had golden roofs. I can only see a pile of old stones.
Right. Ooh, here's something.
The whole slab is covered with characters. Hieroglyphs, something that looks like Old Dwarvish, and normal letters.
Rosetta Stone!
At viro eos et accusum et justo duo dolores et ea rebum. That's the same forgotten language as in the Lorem Ipsum text.
Cool. Oh, stone pedestal. Here we go.
A massive stone plinth with a piece of rotten wood in the middle. I know that old stone columns often have a wooden core to keep the individual pieces of the column in place. The obelisk clearly had something similar that gave up the ghost at some point.
Okay.
A stone slab.
Okie dokie. Change maybe to critter? This should be interesting.
You are so hairy. No wonder it took me so long to find you. I almost didn't recognize you. You think? Well, we can try. But I really don't know why there would be a hairdresser down there.
Okay. Or it's a sundial. How does Critter know that? Ah, Critter's like, it's a sundial, idiot. Give him some Nate.
Thank you.
No.
What's up? I don't know. That woman drives me crazy. Why do two great guys like us have such bad luck with our girlfriends?
No.
Yeah, all right. I'll take over.
No. That's not what I wanted. No, no, no. No!
Thank you.
Hilafreco Padawa. Cool. Alright, Nate. Do something about this sundial.
That thin thing? No. No botch jobs.
Okay. Sort of on the right track, I guess. Whoops. Come on. No.
Hi.
Who are you? And what are you doing here?
I found this stone slab. What does it say?
It says, "Thank you for your decision to buy this pyramid model World Wonder." In 3 languages.
It's an operating manual?
Our lost temples could get rather complicated.
Does it say how to open the pyramid?
Terms of use, guarantee, washing instructions. Ah, there. Erect pyramid, facing exactly north. Position obelisk A in depression G on stone socket B with the help of wooden peg F. We recommend the use of slaves for erection. not included in this delivery. Every day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the shadow of the obelisk will point to the stone which opens the secret entrance.
Why doesn't it just say which stone you have to press? Who would write something like this? I've gotta go.
Okay, so we definitely need to use the sign die. Okay. Bye-bye.
A semicircular depression. There are lines and perhaps... Without a replacement for the wooden pin, the obelisk won't stay on the plinth.
Apparently this is not good enough.
That thin thing?
Thin thing. Alright.
According to the operating manual, there's a place you have to press to open an entrance into the pyramid. But I can't just try and find it by looking around. That would take forever.
I don't know about that, but sure.
I guess that's the obelisk mentioned in the operating manual. At least I can't see another one. How am I supposed to get the obelisk onto the pedestal? It must weigh at least a ton. I guess that's the
Critter! Maybe. Nope. It's a TikTok that doesn't work. Basically. Okay. Mary! Maybe? Help? I don't know.
Not only are you hungry, but now you're too hot as well. Isn't life unfair?
Yep. Hey, Mary.
Most of the communication
Nope.
between
Okay,
a cab...
never mind. No Mary. So... Wait a minute, can we lift it with the
Sand
ship?
and shimmering air as far as the eye can see. Makes you wonder why Lorem Ipsum was built here.
Wait a minute. We can lift it with the ship.
Watch out down there! Maybe next time I should shout first and then throw it down.
Yep, probably. Haha, use rope.
The Mary should have enough power to heave the obelisk onto the plinth, but the obelisk would fall straight off the plinth. Neither of the stones are as smooth as they once were.
Alright, well, we sort of did something. Guess we go back to the elf burrow?
Cast off!
Thought maybe we can do something with the atomizer, anything? I don't know. Pond. Do something. Ooh, we can fill the atomizer with pond water. Holy pond water.
I could atomize water, but that alone won't help me.
Okay, we need something more, but that did something for us at least. A minimal amount of progress. Bob. Baub. Baub.
Bob needs his sleep. I'm only supposed to disturb him if there's something new to report.
Oh. Here's a boring Baub.
Cast off!
Maybe.
The brat's keeping a watchful eye on the little snack for her guests. I won't get anywhere near it as long as she's here.
But I want to make this flower
A
into
huge
something.
flower. It's giving off an absolutely disgustingly sweet smell.
We need to do something with a huge bloom. We need to put it in the atomizer somehow.
That's some transformation. There must be powerful magic at work.
How do we... We mash it. No?
All right then. Cast off.
I don't know where to do it. Oh well. We'll have to figure something out in the next episode. And yeah, we can go to all the places, but this is really cool. So I guess we're gonna play Nate for a while now. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Selling temples, like, why not? What am I saying now? Yes. Thank you all very much for watching, and thank you for sharing this game with me. It's so much fun and awesome and cool, everything. So, hope you're enjoying it, and we'll see you later for more adventures.